Hey, Slider Crusaders, we're not going to do our normal Here's What's Up today where we do 3 different stories. I just want to stick on one. So we've been talking about the new president of Egypt. His last name's Sisi. This guy also happens to be the new voice of moderate Islam. We've been wondering for a long time, where's the voice of moderate Islam? Where's it going to come from? Here it is, of all places, the new president of Egypt. He's called for a revolution within Islam. Now here's the good thing. When someone is brave enough, when one person is brave enough to stand up for the truth, then other people start to follow. People who may not be courageous enough to be the first, but they're courageous enough to be the second or the third or the fourth. Second person to speak up is the host of a news show in Egypt called Cairo Today. I liken him to be the Matt Lauer of Egypt. Oh, before we say what he said, Egypt is the largest Muslim country in the Middle East, 5th largest Muslim population in the entire world. The host of Cairo Today said, "Are you as Muslims content with the fact that today we are seen as terrorists by the world? We Egyptians, we used to bring civilization to the world, and today what? We're barbarians. Barbarians, I tell you." And check out this one too. So why are you, of your own free will, moving to these godless nations in the West? Why are you moving there in the first place? All right, I get it. You hate Christians. But can you please be consistent? Why do you cooperate with them in other regards? Why do you go to their nations? Like, why do you move to America and England and France? Why do you go to their doctors? Please let your hate be consistent. Good question. And it begs the question, why in America do we have Muslim cashiers at a Target in Minneapolis refuse to scan items that may contain pork? Why do we have Muslim cab drivers in St. Paul refuse to drive people who have a seeing eye dog or who may be carrying alcohol on them? We have Muslims in Seattle who have been granted regularly scheduled pool hours just for Muslims. No one else allowed. There's a Muslim women's basketball team in Chicago that demanded that no men be allowed to watch them play. 200 Muslim women petitioned a Michigan Fitness Center demanding separate workout times for Muslims and for men and women. Oxford University Press has told their authors, especially of children's books, to avoid using the word pig or pork or sausage so that they don't offend Muslims. This is such a strange moment. Compared to this, in the civil rights era, white people would say, "No black people allowed in the pool, stay away." Now we're the ones saying, "Hey, come on in, the water's warm." And it's the immigrants who are saying, "No, we demand separate pool times from you." What is going on? It's totally backwards. So the question is, and I'm not the one asking, right? This is the host of Cairo Today. Why move here? Why are you voluntarily immersing yourself in an infidel country that does not follow Sharia law? Why leave your country that does follow Sharia law to move to this godless nation that loves bacon and lets women drive and, heaven forbid, walk outside without their face covered? The Quran says, "Oh, you who believe," meaning Muslims, "take neither Jews nor Christians as friend. Whoever among you turns to them is one of them." The Quran says, "Let not believers take disbelievers as allies." So I'm not an expert on the Quran, but I'm working on being an expert in the Bible. And in Matthew 23:24, Jesus says, "You blind guides, you strain out a gnat, but you swallow a camel." So you Muslims who follow Sharia in America, you strain out a gnat. You make sure not to touch any product made of pork while you're scanning at the Target. Yet you live amongst Christians and sinners and exchange your money with them and send your kids to our schools. You swallow a camel according to your faith. The Quran says, "We disown you and what you worship besides Allah. We renounce you. Enmity and hate shall forever reign between us until you believe in Allah alone." You say that to me and us. Yet you benefit from our freedoms. You swim in our prosperity. You benefit from our laws and protections. You live amongst the infidels who don't worship Allah, which to you, not me, to you, is committing a sin. Yet you want us to change our lives so that you don't have to come in contact with the word pork? It's insane. Can't have it both ways. Either you live under the laws and customs of 7th century Arabia in a Sharia-friendly country that flogs a blogger 1,000 times, or you move to the West and assimilate to our values. We understand you want to live a good life. You want to live a prosperous life in a safe country. So do we. That's why we have these values here in the West. If you come here and you change those values, well, then we're going to turn into a country just like the one you left. And then you won't like it here either, and for all the same reasons.